2:59 a.m. They say if you can't sleep by 3, you weren't meant to. The house had that wrong kind of quiet. The mechanical hum of the fridge, like distant breathing. The old baseboards cracking, as if something was shifting in the walls, settling closer. My phone's glow said 2:59 a.m., and the algorithm did what it always does to the sleepless. It served me a dare. The 303 mirror challenge. Rules, don't break them. Turn off every light except a single candle. Face a mirror at 3:03 exactly. Don't blink for 30 seconds. If your reflection moves wrong, don't speak. Whatever you do, don't smile first. Blow out the candle before 3:13. Don't look at any mirror for the next 24 hours. The video was full of jump cuts and jittery captions. In the comments, someone wrote, "If it taps back, you're not alone anymore." Another said, "It uses your blink to switch places." I laughed out loud to no one. The laugh sounded borrowed. I wasn't supposed to be awake. I wasn't supposed to be anything but practical. A junior with too much homework and not enough time. But sleeplessness makes rituals look like solutions. And maybe I wanted proof that the world could still surprise me, even with the worst kind of surprise. The bathroom mirror above the sink had a thin crack in the corner like a crow's foot. I placed a candle in the soap dish and shut off the light. The flame stitched orange into the dark. My phone ticked over to 3:03. I lifted my eyes. 3:03 a.m. At first it was just me, messy ponytail, chapped mouth, faint shadows under the eyes that came from too many nights like this one. But the candle's wobble hypnotized. I locked my gaze into my own. 30 seconds. Don't blink. At second 13, the room seemed to lean. The fan overhead wasn't on, but something breathed around my ears. Wax sweat pooled around the base of the candle like melted time. At second 19, the crack in the corner widened. No sound, just a new thread of darkness, and then another. I didn't move. Don't blink. My eyes watered. The flame reached up like a finger. At second 24, my reflection's chest rose a hair after mine. Not lag, hesitation, as though the girl in the glass waited for me to show her what to do. At second 28, she smiled. I hadn't. My mouth was a hard line. My face didn't change, but hers opened slowly, like a zipper pulled by slow, careful hands, revealing teeth that were exactly mine and still somehow sharper. The timer in my head broke. I flinched. My lids came down. Somewhere, a nail tapped glass once, then twice. I blew out the candle. The dark slammed shut. Morning. Sunlight made the mirror harmless again, the way daylight makes every horror unambitious. The crack was just a crack, the seam where heat and age had argued for years. But I didn't brush my teeth in there. I used my phone screen like a tiny safe mirror and told myself I'd made it all up. At breakfast, Dad read the news, the spoon in his hand motionless over his bowl, as if he was considering stirring the world. "You look tired," he said without looking up. "Night, man," I said. "It's a new homework." He smiled with half his mouth. "You've got something on your cheek." I rubbed at it. He mimed the opposite side. I mirrored him, then stopped, stomach dipping. He laughed, oblivious. I took my bowl to the sink and used the window's reflection in the glass to check my face. For a blink, a real one, the girl in the window was late. I turned the faucet on, hard enough to drown anything. I didn't tell anyone at school, but I typed a message to my friend Ren in the Notes app and never hit send. "Hey, if I ask you to come over before dawn, say yes, even if I sound wrong." I deleted it. I wanted the thing to become untrue by not acknowledging it. The first day, Rule 7 said not to look at a mirror for 24 hours. Avoidance sounds simple until you try it. Mirrors are everywhere once you're counting. A phone gone black, a window at night, the back of a spoon, the bubble of a doorknob, a puddle fermenting in a pothole. The world is pleased with its own face. I discovered how much I checked my own expression to decide what I felt. Without it, I had to choose feelings blind. I chose fear. By dusk, every reflective surface felt like a door. The bathroom remained shut. I brushed my teeth in the hallway like a guest in a house that didn't want me. When I finally lay down, exhaustion pressed me flat. I dreamed the candle was still burning. I dreamed it crawled down my throat like liquid fire and nested there. I woke at 3:02 with my mouth tasting like smoke. The house was cooler than it should be. The hallway hummed softly, as if electricity had a voice. I told myself I was just checking that the bathroom door was closed. but when I reached it, my hand turned a knob before I knew I wanted it to. The door wasn't locked. The room was darker than night, a depth instead of an absence, and faintly, from the mirror, right above the sink, came a sound like fingernails drumming a table. 3 taps, a pause. 3 taps, a pause. 3 taps. 333, or rather, 303. I shut the door and pressed my forehead to it until the cool seeped into my skin. I didn't go back to bed. I sat in the hall, knees to chest, and watched the minute hand limp toward morning. Research. At school, I told myself I was being scientific, that I was just asking questions. I typed, mirror 303 ritual real. Mirror won't stop tapping. Reflection smiles first meaning. I found threads too long to be sane. Middle of the night forums where avatars told stories like mine and worse. Photographs where faces were a little too bright in the eyes. Advice written in the fidgety language of the terrified. A user named Empty Room posted a set of extra rules I copied into my notebook as if the handwriting could make them mine. Unpublished rules. Never smile at your reflection in the dark. If it smiles first, never answer its questions. If it taps, don't tap back. If it fogs the glass with breath, hold yours. If your name appears on the glass, call someone, anyone, and keep them on the line until dawn. If you blink and it doesn't, leave the house. There were screenshots of streaky mirrors with messages half traced into condensation. Let me back. I learned your timing. Your left eye twitches first. The rational part of me, the part that had a planner and color-coded highlights, said these were fakes designed to turn insomniacs into content. The other part said, you played the game. Now someone else wants a turn. I texted Ren. Me. Are you up for a sleepover? Ren, tonight. Sure. Everything okay? Me. Yeah, lol, just bored. Bring a candle. I didn't know why I typed that until I read it. I didn't correct it. Night 2. Ren had a laugh that made walls relax. It filled my room like a protective charm. We watched dumb videos, then scarier ones, then the kind of video that pretends to be dumb and ends with a face jumping at the camera. By 2:30, her eyes were glassy. Do you want to actually do the mirror thing? She asked, only half joking. No, I said too quickly. She stretched. We can do it ironically. Irony protects you. It doesn't, I said. She looked at me then, properly. You already did it. I stared at my blanket. The fabric had a repeating woven pattern that, if you looked at it too long, became a field of watchful dots. Last night, I said, it smiled first. Ren's mouth stayed open for a breath the way a sigh gets ready. Okay, she said finally. Then we're not doing any mirrors. We're getting through to morning, and then we salt the frame or something. My grandmother used salt for everything. Soup, demons. We didn't go to the bathroom. We didn't pass the hallway. We dozed in 8-minute bursts, like we were taking turns keeping watch, even when both of us were asleep. At 3:12, my phone vibrated with a notification from an app I didn't recognize. Mirror, you're late. Ren's phone lit at the same time. The display said unknown, and then the name Ren appeared on my own screen in the place. A caller ID would show mine. For a second I thought I butt dialed her, but her phone was on the floor, lit an incoming call from me. We looked at each other like mirrors that weren't sure how to mirror. Don't answer, I whispered. The phones rang until the sound wore out, until it became only an idea of ringing. A message appeared on both screens simultaneously. Smile. Ren put her hand in mine. Her palm had a tremor. A tiny moth caught under skin. We didn't smile. We didn't move. Down the hall, from behind the closed bathroom door, came the long rasp of a breath-fogging glass. We held our breaths until our lungs ached and our eyes begged us to break a rule. When we finally let the air go, the house swallowed the sound, satisfied. Okay, Ren whispered. We need daylight, and we're doing a grandmother thing. Dawn came like someone putting out cigarettes on the sky, one after another until the gray caught flame. Salt. Salt feels too easy until you pour it. Ground light, the closest thing the living can own that looks like bones. We circled the bathroom mirror frame with salt, pressing it into the seam between glass and wood with our fingertips. Say something, Ren said, like a title, a boundary. I wanted to joke. Instead, I said, you stay put. You stay yours. You don't learn me. On the last word, the crack in the corner gave a small, neat sound, like a knuckle popping. New fissures spidered out a fraction of an inch. Ren stepped back. Is the glass thinner? I didn't want to find out. We taped a towel over the mirror and shoved the dresser against the door. It felt like boarding up a window before a storm. The storm was already inside. Before Ren left, she squeezed my shoulder. "Call me tonight," she said. "Even if you think it's me, and it isn't, call anyway." "Okay, no, I'm serious. Keep me on the line. Don't listen if I say to hang up." She tried to grin. "And don't smile first." When she left, the house felt like a mouth missing a tooth. History. I went to the library because libraries are the only places that still keep records of things you shouldn't keep. The bathroom mirror had come with the house. The house had come with the price that suggested someone wanted rid of it quickly. I'd thought that was about the leaky roof, the mice. I hadn't looked deeper, because you don't, when you love the idea of something. The city archive smelled like dust that had read every book. In the microfilm I found a notice. 1903, boarding house fire, 3 dead. The address was ours, though the street name had changed with fashion. And then a smaller article from 1904. Widower donates looking glass to Undertaker's parlor. The donor's name matched the builder of our house. Undertaker's parlors used to be where you took your grief to be measured, the paper said. Mirrors were sometimes covered so the dead wouldn't see themselves and stay. Sometimes the covering stayed on too long. Sometimes the glass forgot what side living belonged to. When I looked up, the window in the archives office showed me myself, late. My reflection blinked first. I left the library without checking out a single thing. The third night, this is what the hours between midnight and 4 teach you. You can rip time like cloth if you're scared enough. It doesn't go, it tears, and your fingers get caught. I put my phone on airplane mode. I put salt across the threshold of my bedroom like a pale throat. I whispered, "I won't look." I meant it. I believed I meant it. At 3:03, something tapped the wall behind my headboard exactly 3 times. The kind of knock that knows waiting is part of power. I pulled the covers up like a bad helmet and counted. 4 minutes, 5, 10. From the hallway, the dragging sound of something heavy moving slowly. The dresser, the one we pushed against the bathroom door. I didn't get up. I couldn't. Fear is a weight trainer. It pins you. Another knock. Closer. Not on the wall. On the mirror under the towel, which was now under nothing at all because the dresser had been pushed aside by hands that did not belong to me. I called Ren. The call went through because I'd turned airplane mode off without remembering to turn it off. "Hey," Ren whispered. "You called, so we're following the rules. Keep me on." "Don't hang up," I said. "I won't, I'm here." I believed her voice like a bridge. "Describe your room," I said. "What? Describe it. Tell me something the thing wouldn't know." She paused. "I have a bruise on my right knee from falling up the stairs yesterday. It looks like a small universe. Center table has 3 rings from cups we weren't supposed to bring in. On my bookshelf there's a clay snake I made in kindergarten. It's terrible. I keep it to remind me that improvement is possible." I smiled before I remembered not to. Then I unsmiled, as if I could reel it back. "Don't," Ren said gently. "Don't do that." Something in the hallway breathed. The sound fogged my window from the inside. "Ren," I whispered, "if I stop sounding like me, I'll still be here," she said. "Describe your room." I did. Paint chipped at the baseboards, a crack shaped like a map of a country that doesn't exist, a photograph of my mother when she was young and fearless and hadn't yet learned to be a mother. The words kept the shape around me. Language is a fence, if you make it tall enough. In the pause after, the knock came again. Not 3 times, 2. A rhythm change is a conversation. The air smelled like old water. The bathroom door creaked. The mirror tapped a final time, as if to say, "You're late." "Stay," I told Ren, as if she could anchor me to a floor that suddenly felt like an attic. "I am." Something moved in the hall, not footsteps. The sound of a palm sliding across the wall for guidance. It stopped at my door. The handle pressed down a fraction, then released. A test. It did it again. The salt line at my threshold trembled as the door nudged inward. Grains rolled like tiny bones. A hand I could not see pressed flat to the crack where the door met the frame. The shape it made in the air was the shape of my hand.